Okay, here are the homework answers for the 421 review preview. This first one, I'm kind of going to just sketch, but you guys should draw it a lot more carefully when you do it on your homework page or your corrections. You should add a line about right here, one about here. And then if you figured out where it was shaded, it turns out it was shaded in the center. So the question is, what kind of polygon? It's a rectangle. And the corners were at 1, 4, -3, -3, -5, 1, and 3, 0. Problem 73, solve the absolute value inequalities. So inequalities, so we're going to have to graph them to figure out where the actual answers are. So I add 4 to both sides, so I get x. One of the boundary points is 13. The other one is -5. So 13, -5. They're open circles. So I'm going to test 0. So 0 minus 4 is -4. The absolute value of 4 is less than 9. It's true. So the answer is between the two. So the answer is actually -5 is less than x, which is less than 13. For B, we do 1/2 x minus 45 equals 80. -80. So I add 45. I get 1/2 x equals 125, and 1/2 x equals -70, -35, sorry. Multiply by 2, x equals 250, x equals -70, so those are my boundary points. They're closed circles. Test 0. So I get -45. So 45 is not greater than, so then I know that my lines are going to go this way. So then x is less than or equal to -70, or x is greater than or equal to 250. Last one, 2x minus 5 equals 2. 2x minus 5 equals -2. So I get 2x equals 7. 2x. So I get 7 over 2 and 3 over 2. So they're closed circles. So I test 0. Turns out 0, -5 is not less than, so it turns out it's between the two. So my final answer is 3 over 2 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 7 over 2. 74, your family plans to buy a new air conditioner, then they can buy the Super Cool for $800. They can buy the Efficient Energy for $1,200. Both models will cool your home equally, and it's less expensive to operate. Costs $60 per month, while the other one's $40 a month. So write an equation for each. So C equals 60M plus 800. The other one, C equals 40M plus 1200. Part C says how many months will your family have to use it to compensate for it. So we would set them equal to each other. So I get 20M equals 400. So M would equal 20 months. So then figuring your family will only use the air conditioner 4 months a year. How many years will you have to save? So it's 20 divided by 4. So that ends up being 5 years. 75, Marvelous Mark's function machine. Are you surprised? The answer is yes. B, she was not surprised. So she says, I'm going to plug in like C or M. So I chose to plug in C. So for the first part, I would be plugging in, so C minus 5. And then I plugged it into the next part, which would be 6 groups of C minus 5 divided by 2. So I simplified that to 6C minus 30 divided by 2, or 3C minus 15. Oh, I think I forgot to add 8. Let's go back a little bit. I left my plus 8 here. So divided by 2 ends up being 6C minus 30 plus 8 divided by 2. So that ends up being 3C. So negative 30 plus 8 is negative 22. So minus 11. So then I plug that into the next part, which would be 3C minus 11 plus 11 divided by 3. So it'd be 3C over 3. So the answer is just C, which is what I plugged in. 76 multiply or divide. So in order to do this, I can just cancel things out. So I can cross these out. I can cross out one of the x minus 3's. So I get x minus 3 over 3x minus 14. B, I have to factor first. So I'm going to factor the top to be 4x minus 3 times x plus 2. The bottom to be 3x minus 1 and x plus 2 times 3x minus 1, because I'm factoring the bottom right now, to 2x minus 1 over 4x minus 3 and x plus 1. So I cancel things out. These cancel, these cancel, these cancel. So I get 2x minus 1 over x plus 1. Find all the points which the parabolas intersect, write your solution. So you could have graphed this, or we could solve it algebraically, because we could do x squared minus x plus 12 equals 2x squared plus 3x plus 7. So that gives me 3x squared. Nope, does not. So I subtract x squared, so I get x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0, factor. So minus or plus 5 minus 1. So I get x equals negative 5 or 1. Plug them back in. So my solutions are negative 542 and 112. 78, find the equation and y for each line described below. A line with a slope of 1/2 passing through the point 6, 1. So I know what my slope is already, so I do 1 equals 1/2 times 6 plus b. It's 3, so 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So then my equation is y equals 1/2 x minus 2. For b, the line y equals 2x plus b passing through the point 1, 4. So I plug in 4 equals 2 plus b, so 2 equals b, and then I just rewrite it, y equals 2x plus 2.